Hi guys, so today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be having another Team Yankee game, but we're going to try something a little bit different. We're going to have tactics, overviews and insights as and when we go through the game each time before a player plays. So what his goals are, what his considerations are, and whether he's going to get it. So I think this is going to be a little bit different. We're going to call this series Tactics, or Tactics Oversight, or something like that. And then we'll just post it up. It'll be a little bit longer, but it will have a little bit more explanation as to what each player is trying to do on each turn, as well as some tactics which I think I use to try and break down infantry forces, because some people are asking, how do you beat Milan, how do you do these kind of things. I'm not fighting Milan today. I'm actually playing against a Dutch player, Vick, and he will be bringing dragons and leopard 2s, but the principles are the same. Okay guys, so this is the Czech force I'm bringing today. We are playing 85 points. I have brought two formations of Czech T-72Ms. They are in a 4-4-1 format and a 4-3-1 format. One is the HQ. I have got two platoons of Gophers, 4 Gophers each, and then I have got one platoon of BMP-1 scouts with this one, and then the one with the platoon of 3 has got one platoon of Mech BMP-2 Koi to hold them on the table. The Shilkas are also integrated into the full tank platoon, and 3 Carnations are integrated into the BMP Koi platoon. In support, I have got 3 Danas, don't leave home without them. I've got my OP, Fred, and I have got 4 Hinds. So the point behind checklists is that the material is really cheap. All right, you get all your T-72s cheap, you get your Gophers cheap, you get your Shilkas cheap. The infantry, however, are also cheap, but they are terrible at their job. Really bad. If they get pinned on turn 2, statistically you're looking at a turn 4, turn 5, get back up kind of rule. And I have played games where they pinned on turn 1 or 2 and they didn't get back up until turn 5, turn 6. And even then they didn't do their job. It's too late. Everything's dead. So this is my force, yeah. Let's go see what Vick is bringing today. Alright guys, so this is what Vick has brought today, 85 points. He has also brought 2 formations. He has brought a Leopard 2 formation, which has got 1 platoon of 2, his 1 HQ, 2 CNVs, and then 1 small size YPR. Do remember Vick is the one who actually models a lot of these things on the Singapore Armed Forces. So this is actually a Bionics rather than a YPR. It has been modded slightly, but he'll be using it for ATC, and I have verified that they are the same size, so there's no problem. He also has got 4 Roland. He has got 4 Figuefaust in support, and 4 F-16s, which are actually Tornadoes. Or Mirage. Tornadoes, right? Tornadoes, yeah. And then over here, we have a second formation, which is a YPR formation. So his HQ is a YPR. He has got 2 full platoons of YPR infantry, and then 4 Leopard 1s, which are Centurions, because that's what we used. Is that what we used?
No, we never had that thing.
So why did you use Centurions?
We never had that thing.
Oh, okay, right. I think we tried it once. Yeah, okay, so anyway, this is the force. What you're going to be defending?
Maneuver.
Maneuver, okay, I'm on attack, so let's roll to see what we get. Okay guys, so this is the table we're playing today. It's a kind of a rural area, probably in Europe. We've got some hills over here, some woods. This area is fairly covered. There's a church. Yeah, it's a Norman church, I don't know why. And then over here we have McDonald's, of course, ever present in all parts of the world. And then you've also got some buildings that have been bombarded. It's a crossroad, so probably quite strategic. Some wheat fields, and that's it. So the mission we have chosen is, or the mission we rolled for, is Breakthrough. Vick has decided to defend from the town and this area over here, and then I would decide to attack from there into this side over here. So it is Breakthrough, means I get 1 delayed reserve, which will be probably a platoon of tanks, because what else? And then everything else will start in that corner. So yeah, let's get to deployment and we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, so this is the deployment that we have for today. This is my Czech force over here in the corner. I have decided to put the BMP-2 McCoy in reserve, so they will come in from delayed reserve on that end over there. The objective is there in front of the church and at the back over there in the corner. What defender deployment has done is that he's got 4 platoons. He has chosen not to put any of his tanks or his AA on, so he will have 3 platoons of infantry and 1 CNV Koi. So the CNV platoon brought this platoon out into the open over here with his 2 CNVs. He has got 3 YPRs, which are their transports over here. They have 1 more platoon over here, blocking off the direct route for me to get to this objective with the infantry Koi, 3 YPRs and a command. And then last but not least, he has 1 more platoon of YPRs over on this end, and in ambush he has got 1 more infantry platoon. Okay, so for Czech deployment, I already said what I put in reserve, so you'll see only tanks over here. I've got 4 tank platoons over here, which is that one formation, the bigger one, with its HQ right behind it. And then the other formation has got its 4 tank platoon here, its 3 tank platoon here, and its HQ over here. I have got my BMP-1s, my Shilkas, 2 platoons of Gophers, Danas, Carnations, and Fred is over here. So in terms of tactics, so when you bring combined arms, like what I did, he doesn't have AA, so the hind should be quite safe. Alright guys, it's attacker turn 1 now, so I'm going to have to plan out what I want to do. When you face defensive formations, you want to try and isolate and destroy as much as you can before they have a chance to fire back. Now in this case, the YPRs can't really hurt my tanks, but they can hurt all my support vehicles. So what I have to do is, I'm going to bring the hinds out, because on my turn, he might fire at me. And if he does choose to fire, I gotta make him make difficult decisions. That's what you do with defenders. So when I pop my hinds over there, he's gonna have to choose whether he wants his YPR to open fire. If the YPRs do open fire, he's no longer gone to ground, and therefore can be taken out by all my other ground targets at 5+ instead of 6. It's a tough choice for him. I'm also going to be artillery bombarding this area over here, and then I'm going to move everybody up. Now normally I would advocate the first turn to use some smoke, but in this case there doesn't seem to be very much missile fire that's going to be coming back, so I don't need to, which means 2 artillery batteries are going to just smack down on that area over there. I'm also going to try and bring everything I have to try and clear this side of the objective to pressure him into popping his ambush somewhere around this area. So yeah, let's go for it. Alright guys, so we're doing AA fire right now. I'm just going to go and explain a little bit as to what I'm doing. Over here, I placed my hinds in a way that basically forced him to open fire with things, and then if they fire, I will be able to fire back. So over here, the YPRs have shot. They managed to get 3 hits on 3+, and they managed to kill 1 hind, so 1 hind's down. The rest of your AA, are you shooting?
No, the rest will hold fire.
Okay, the rest will hold fire. Alright, so that's it. So he is deciding to kind of keep his main force in gone to ground status, which is good for me. So I get to fire 3 times. I will fire 3 shots of hinds into your command tank. Into these 3 over here. So that's on 4s. No hits, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so we're done. And we'll go now to the rest of the shooting phase. We'll be back after that. Alright guys, we're done with the top of turn 1. If you were feeling bad for me after the AA managed to kill 1 hind, do not, because everything else went pretty well. The artillery screwed up quite bad. I ranged it on the 3rd attempt for both the Danas and the Carnations on the 4+ and the 3+ respectively. So I didn't kill, I think I killed 1 person with the Dana. Yes, the 1 dragon died. And then after that, everything over here opened up and we cleared all YPRs on that side, 2 YPRs on that side, 1 YPR on this side, and this platoon over here fired in and hit the CNVs in the back. It doesn't matter, but they were to both bail. These guys over here did turn around to fire at the YPRs because the YPRs open fire. It's on 5+ to hit. So if he pops his ambush over here, I suspect he will get side shots. Although, yeah, they'll instant die if they get hit in the side. But he has got plenty of options to hit the side shots. So we'll see what he does. But right now, do you want to roll morale for the last YPR? So that YPR needs to roll a morale check. He runs. Okay, so he's left the board. I'm down one hind. It is his turn. Yes, morale. They stay. So that one's fine. And now we go to defender turn 1. Now we're getting tactics oversight from what Vic thinks is going to happen next.
Okay, so my original plan was to try and draw him in before I pop out my ambush and my tanks from reserve. Unfortunately, I failed to roll for the reserves. So now I'm forced to pull out my ambush because his attack is getting a bit too fierce for my defenders. My initial plan was to try and use the dragons to reach for the anti-air assets to take them out so that my tornadoes can enter safely. Unfortunately, they are still pinned and they fail to rally. And with all these tanks starting to enter my defenses, I need to start to answer these tanks first before I can proceed with my original plan. Yeah.
So what are you hoping to do this round?
I'm hoping to try and soften your attack. Maybe try and take out the Shukas and throw some dragons into the T-72s. Okay guys, slight change of plans. I've decided to use my dragons to try and take out the hinds because the hinds are really the only thing that are threatening my leopard 2s once they come on board the table. In the meantime, as a Dutch player, most of my strategy relies around using the Yuppiers to try and take out the support vehicles. But because in this case my Yuppiers are all taken out, I will only have to just hold on and hope for the best that they are able to stay on board until my reserves come in.
Alright guys, so this is the bottom of turn 1. He did not manage to get back his CNVs in there. He did fail to rally this platoon in front, so they remain gone to ground. He ambushed with the yellow platoon and he went balls deep to kill the hinds. He fired 2 dragons, killing 1, and he fired 2 Carl Gustavs, killing another. The Carl Gustav was really lucky. It was 2 on 4+. He hit 1. I hit both. I failed 2. I failed 1. He passed his 3+ firepower twice. Remember that you have to pass twice. And that leaves me with a single hind left. Their morale is 4. He stays. So, like Vic accurately pointed out, it's now... Okay guys, so it's top of turn 2 now, and tactical insight, what am I doing? I passed my morale on my hinds, but my hinds has only 1 left. And like Vic accurately pointed out, I'm going to win this battle over here. I'm going to break right through. I'm going to steamroll right through it, but there's no point keeping this guy on the table, so I'm going to remove my hind off table. He's going to go ahead and loiter. Then over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and pressure him more. Now, what you've already seen is I've already managed to pressure him into a position where he has to reveal his ambush. That means that his hand is already out. He's going to try and hold this side for me, which means that flank is going to have a lot of fun. Now, where do you think? Always look ahead as the attacker. What are the defender's options? He's going to roll 2 dice next turn, of which if he gets something in, he's not going to bring his tornadoes. His tornadoes are going to have to take through 16 goldfish shots and 24 shilka shots. He's not coming in with the tornado. He's coming in with the leopards. Now where are the leopards going to go? He's got 2 options in this battle. He can come on this end or he can come on that end. 2 corners to come from. Now, what you need to do as the attacker is make sure the defender's options are as limited or as bad as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to force these guys down that end there, which will then force him to put the leopards on that side or give me that front as well to go in on. Now he's going to have a lot of tough decisions to make. So that's what an attacker does. You look ahead at what his options are and you try and cut them off or make them as bad as possible. So let's go for it, guys. I'm going to pressure this side and I'm going to use these tanks to force on that end over there. Okay guys, so we're done with turn 2, top of turn 2. What I did was I had the 4 over here and the 4 over there fire into the Carl Gustavs. We only killed one infantry team because he jumped from a dragon onto them. Over here we fired everything we could into the infantry, but they passed all their saves, quite luckily. Danas rearranged into the back platoon, but we rearranged in the second attempt, so it wasn't fantastic. And then over here we have the Carnations, which repeat bombardment over there, killing just... Did we kill anybody with the Carnations? One. Yeah, Carnation killed one rifle. Over here we fired at the CNV, killing one, and then over here we fired and them killing one infantry. The CNV morale, please. They stay. Okay. So that's it for my turn. I think I am applying pressure. I did realize something, that my plan was that he only has one Leopard 2 platoon, which is true, but he does have a Leopard 1 platoon. So this might go really bad if he rolls 2 reserves in. Anyway, let's go see tactics video for round 2. Defender.
Okay, so now it's back to my turn. I have decided to bring in the Leopard 1s from reserve instead of the Leopard 2. The main reason being that I have 2 additional shots with the Leopard 1s. Now, because I managed to pull him in such that I can reach his side armor, so it's a very good opportunity for me to try and take out both platoons at once with the Leopard 1s. What I'm going to do later is that I will try and split my shots, 4 shots into each platoon, and hopefully it will cause him to roll for some morale tests.
Alright guys, we're now done with bottom of turn 2. His Leopard 1s came in, just like he mentioned. He got really lucky with this one. He hit 3 times out of 4. I bounced all the shots to the people who weren't side shots, but I failed all my saves. So dead, and bailed. Over here, for the ones that he should have wiped them out, he did not. He only hit once out of 4 hits, and he killed one instantly. So, you know, that's war, I guess. Over here, he fired 1 Gustav and 1 Dragon. He only could hit the front guy, but I passed both my saves, so we're still in the game. I think that's it. I'm going to roll morale over here. I will not join my HQ to it, because I'm only saving 1 tank for 1 tank. I don't think it's worth it. Thank God I did not do that. Okay, so this guy's dead, this guy's gone. So I've lost 1 tank platoon already. It's not good news, to be honest. It was a bit fast. I'm going to have to try and take out the Leopard 1s, and then, yeah, we'll see how it goes. So I'm definitely going to bring in the Hinds. Well, okay guys, so this is... He's actually got quite lucky here, but it was expected that I lose 1 platoon. I did lose 1 platoon, I just lost the wrong platoon. So over here, I moved down. I'm going to try and take out his Leopards. Now, because his AA is still on the table, and there are no YPRs on this side, I'm going to put the Hind over here, and he's going to try and help me finish off this platoon if there's anything left. I'm also going to continue to pressure this end over here. He fired with his Gustav and his Dragons. I'm going to try and wipe out the yellow platoon with the Danas and the Carnations. And all the firepower here should start to wear down this platoon. If I don't break through this turn, I think it might be his game. Yeah, so things looked really good on turn 1, but things can turn fairly quickly. You need to, as an attacker, you get to dictate the momentum of the game, but you need to make sure you keep moving forward. It is very tempting to have a standoff battle where you have all your missiles flying in, but it doesn't work. You need to keep moving forward. Alright, so let's try it out. Okay guys, and my BMP-2 MacLeod has finally arrived on the table on a first reserve roll of turn 3. Pretty lucky, but we came round, we hit this we hit the CNV twice on 6s. I failed both firepower. He passed 2 remount checks and his morale check to stay in the game. Those YPRs were not so lucky, so they are all gone. They're Czech infantry, so they're going to stay inside the BMP-2 at all times. Yeah, it's like a Disney ride for them. They gotta keep their hands and legs in the vehicle at all times. High speeds, yeah, you know, so it can get very dangerous if they get out. Over here, we tried to do as much as we could. We took out nobody from the red platoon, but we took out 2 guys from the yellow platoon. So I do think they are 1 turn from breaking. Over here, we did manage to take out the Leopard 1s with these guys. They got lucky. 4 shots, we hit 3 times, killed 3. Hind killed the last one. His AAMG didn't kill the last Hind. And then over here, all the artillery bombardments over there didn't seem to do anything. Missiles, shilkas, everything went into the front platoon, didn't do anything. NATO infantry can really hold out very, very well.
Okay, so from reserves, I managed to bring in my Leopard 2s. So my main plan for them is to have them quickly snipe off this group of T-72s here. Afterwards, they will need to make a dash all the way to here to try and support this part. Earlier, I managed to pass a blitz test with my infantry here. So they will attempt to do a counter-attack on this infantry platoon over here and try and recapture or at least fight for the objectives.
Alright guys, we're done with the bottom of turn 3. He got his reserves in, which were the Leopard 2s. They actually fired 4 shots into the Czech T-72s. The reason he's doing this, he could actually come out on that end over there, but he chose to do this because he is trying to make a dash over to his last objective later on. So he did two hits with no saves. He killed 2 tanks. I'm going to have to roll a morale there. It's a 4+. I'm not joining my HQ. He stays. Okay, not bad. Over here, he fired everything he had into here, baiting 1 Shoka and missing the rest. That platoon has been slacking off for the whole game. The yellow team fired 2 Gustas and 1 Dragon into here. Didn't do anything. They missed all 3 shots. Over on this end, blue platoon managed to blitz forward. He managed to kill 2 LMGs and 2 BMP2s, the transport as well as the passengers. He fired into the infantry at the back. He fired first with the CNV, so they popped out infantry at the back. Rifles fired at them, laws fired their way. He managed to bail 2, kill 2 with the dragons and all that. So not a bad round of shooting on that end. On this end, things look like they might get a bit more dire. So anyway, because I'm out, I got hit out of it, I am now pinned down. So I will roll a rally. It's a very, very important rally. If I manage to get it, I will be able to advance and kill that platoon. 5+. Nope, obviously not. Czechoslovakia. So I'm now going to roll to remount this guy on a 5. Nope, doesn't remount. So yeah, we now go to attacker turn 4. Back after that.
Okay.
Okay guys, so it's now top of turn 4. I am going to try and end it this turn as well as possible. He still has 1 HQ off the table, that's a Leopard 2, and that will definitely come in next turn because the rest of his reserves are not as crucial. So what do I need to do? I need to, and he's fired everything over here, so I'm going to try and pound this side. I've put my commander into the side shot of a Leopard 2, so I will get 1 side shot. I've got my hind down as well, so both of those should kill off the Leopard 2s. Over here, we're going to try and wipe out the yellow or the red. And then over there, I failed my rally, so they can't come back on. And then over here, I put my 4 leopards, my 4 T-72Ms to fire into there to try and take them out. So let's see how this round goes. If all goes well, we should be able to call it if I'm lucky. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. Oh yeah, one more thing is that when you place your artillery observers, I place them over here. So they have a straight, long line of sight over down to the blue side. So it is very, very important to always make sure that you see your initial target and then also have secondary targets when you place your observers.
Okay guys, so it's top of turn 4 now. We didn't do that well in that end over there. What I did over here was I took these T-72s, I fired in, and I hit the infantry and the CNVs. We also try and hit some of the infantry, and we managed to kill 1 stand and the CNVs down. Over here, we also did a range in with the Carnations because they're out in the open. We did a Dana repeat bombardment over here. We did a the T-72 moved down and hit the Leopard 2 in the side, and the hind missed. So the T-72 fired. These T-72s fired into the yellow platoon, doing nothing. All these firepowers into the front did nothing. So go ahead, roll the morale for the Leopard, and they're gone. Alright, so that's the end of Leopard. He still has a Leopard in reserve, so I'll have to look out for that guy.
Okay, so in my reserves, I only have my HQ Leopard 2 and my Tornadoes left. I have chosen to take a gamble with the Tornadoes because I do not think that one Leopard 2 is enough for me to try and turn this game back over. Yeah. At the same time,
What are you going to hit with the Leopard 2? Or what are you going to hit with?
I will try and take out all this infantry over here with the Tornadoes if they choose to come in.
But you know that it's a roll.
Yes.
You want to make that roll now?
Okay, let's go for it.
Okay guys, we are now done with turn 5. So here's what happened. Over there we actually managed to kill the Czech. He killed the Czech with the yellow platoon, HQ, Czechoslovakian HQ. Over here they fired into the T-72s. Didn't manage to kill, but they did kill the Shilkas over here. I failed my morale and I've run off the board. So that's one platoon down. Over on this end over here, he fired he brought his F-16s in, blew up that area, killing 3 BMP-2s and 2 infantry teams, and the pinned blue platoon fired at the infantry but didn't do anything. So it looks like we're going now into turn 5. Things look like they're kind of tough. I'm going to try and win this now. I think I'll try and force him off with a formation morale, but we'll see how it goes. Back after that. Okay guys, we're at the top of turn 5 and we're now done. My shooting got a lot better. We fired all 4 shots here into the yellow platoon. We fired that T-72 into the yellow platoon. Managed to take them from 4 stands to 2 stands, which brought them into bad spirits, which means that for that formation there is not a single unit in good spirits, so they automatically run because there is no HQ for them. Do bear in mind that when you play against NATO, they generally don't have integrated assets in formations because that was just not how they used to run properly. So like with the Soviets, you can always have gophers at the back, which are over here and here, which are holding both my formations on table. He doesn't have that. So bear in mind, and when you play against NATO, ask them which formations are which and then try and force the morale off. It took me very long to get rid of the yellow platoon, but it finally did happen. Which means that now he doesn't get his reserve for Leopard 2 on. Over here we did manage to kill the red platoon. Over there we managed to bring the blue platoon down to 1 stand. Formation morale. Oh sorry, platoon morale on 4+. Nope, so he runs. It's now back to him. Are we going to continue? Yeah, I think we can call it because he can't actually get to that objective with anything other than the F-16s. Do you want to try? Roland's got no MG, right?
I need to contest.
If you kill all of them, you win. Right?
Yeah, I have nothing left to contest.
No, but if you just MG them.
Wow. Okay, can give it.
Can try lah, can try lah. I mean, so basically, if he comes on with his F-16, just roll your F-16, 4+. No, okay, good game. Alright. So very tough game, guys. Czechs generally do get a lot more things than we bargained for. We got a lot of tanks, but you realize that it didn't really work. And this was not a very infantry heavy list. 3 infantry teams are not a lot.
You will confirm roll everything.
Hi. So closing thoughts. I'm thinking that after this game, probably it will be a good idea to try and put everything into one formation instead of having split formations. Because one of the small things that cost me this game was that after I failed the formation morale, it's very difficult for me to continue a game with lesser units as one entire formation could not be brought on the table.